Going on? Born for Sports. Salute to New York Knicks Nation. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to Born for Sports. Well, Knicks fans, here we are. We're 24 hours away from the Eastern Conference Semifinals matchup. And last night we found out who the Knicks are going to play. Now, for a long time, for months, us Knicks fans, NBA fans, analysts all around the way thought it was going to be the second round matchup between the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics, inevitable to happen. But that did not happen, did it? No, sir. The Philadelphia 76ers actually got the job done and came back last night from a 3-1 deficit in the series to beat the Boston Celtics. And now we know the matchup is the Knicks versus Sixers. And folks, I'm going to be honest, I'm actually happy about this matchup. I wanted Boston, but I'm not mad at this matchup because now the Knicks have home court advantage throughout this round. And that's a big deal to me. And at the end of the day, there is some challenges the Knicks are going to face in this series more than they were in the last round against the Atlanta Hawks. But I'm still confident in this Knicks team that they can get the job done. And this is going to be a fun series. And listen, this is our preview for the series, Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers. And I want to talk about some matchups and the keys that I feel like the Knicks need to accomplish in order to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals for the second straight year. And hey, it's going to be a competitive thing. And whenever you have a rivalry like the Knicks-Sixers, not just the Knicks and Celtics, but the Knicks and the Sixers, it's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Not just on the court, but off the court. You know what I mean? The fan bases, everything. Knicks versus New York versus Philly, your whole dynamic. We all know what it is. The Knicks fans travel everywhere. And when you're having a situation where you're going out to Philadelphia, that's not a far drive. So I expect there's going to be a bit of a tussle between fan bases as well. And the history between this rivalry in the playoffs is in the Sixers' favor all time, as the Sixers are 5-3 all time against the Knicks in the playoffs. However, the last meeting was a classic. Yes, sir. Maybe the best playoff series in the entire NBA the last 5 years. When the last time they faced each other, which was in 2024, where the Knicks won 4-2. We all remember that series like it was yesterday. You know, no Julius Randle. Knicks played him in the first round. They went out there, got the job done. Josh Hart hitting that game-winning 3 in Philadelphia to put them out of their misery. You know, and who could ever forget the DiVincenzo 3, you know, in game 2 with the miraculous win in that series to really turn the tide there. But hey, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. And this is going to be a matchup where the Knicks are going to have to play well in all facets to get the job done. Because this Sixers team, I would say, has a real good chance. You know, they're not a floor team. I know they were a 7 seed, but they got healthy at the right time and they're playing well. And I think the biggest advantage the Knicks have in this series is our bench. Our bench is light years away better. Okay, you're talking about a situation where the Tyrone Maxey, we all know, we'll get to him in a minute. He's a real good player. We need, you know, one of the best players in the series. But their Achilles heel, I think, on that Sixers team is their bench. They're playing Edwards, Barlow, Andre Drummond for some minutes, and Quentin Grimes, who's had a pretty good season, but up and down, as we know, as he is a former Knick. But their bench is not strong. So I expect the biggest advantage the Knicks have in this series is going to be the bench we have with Mitch, Deuce, Clarkson, Alvarado. I think they have so much flexibility for Mike Brown to play them against certain matchups and take advantage. Especially, I'm looking at Deuce. Now, we all know the situation with Mitch. We'll get to Mitch in a minute, his important matchup and role in this series. But I think Deuce, Alvarado, and Clarkson mainly, I think, can really, really take advantage on those rest minutes for Mr. Brunson and Cat and friends, because they really don't have much on that other side, you know. So if Deuce can get his stroke going, pause, he could get his stroke going consistently. Clarkson, we already know he's been a dog. He's been doing it all. And Alvarado, GTA, I could see it now. Him having some big-time steals, guarding 94 feet, and I think a real good, solid matchup to throw at Mr. Tyrese Maxey, who's a damn dog on that other side. So I love the fact that the Knicks have a clear advantage in the bench. Now, let's get to the key matchups of the series, okay? I think my key match of the series is the obvious. It's Jalen Brunson versus Maxey. Listen, I feel like the Knicks have 3 of the top 5 players in this series, okay? If you put it to me, I'm going Brunson, Maxey, Cat, Embiid, and OG Anunoby. Those are my 5 right there. You know what I'm saying? So I think 3 of them are on the Knicks' favor. And this is going to be a good match. Now, Maxey's a dog. There's no turning back on that. He's a dog. He averaged 26 points a game in the series against Boston. He's really good. I think you're talking about the 2 best point guards in the Eastern Conference, not named Cade Cunningham, who we got to see if he even gets out the first round. But listen, Maxey is a dog. We all know it. He can shoot the ball from everywhere. Very good ball handler. Can create his own shot. Lightning quick. And 2 years ago, we saw what he was capable of doing in that playoff series, okay? Who could ever forget that 3 hit at the logo when they had that comeback win at the Garden? I believe it was game 5. So to force a game 6. So at the end of the day, Maxey is a problem. However, when Maxey has to guard Captain Clutch, the burner, Jalen Brunson usually gets the better of him. And I like that matchup as well. So we all know what's going to happen. These are 2-point guards who can score at will on their end of the ball, on the end of the court. But I think it's a really good matchup. And of course, I'm taking my guy, but that's not a slight on Maxey. Maxey's a dog. So the Knicks are going to have to win this matchup. If Brunson does not play well in this series, the Knicks are in trouble. No doubt about it. But I don't anticipate that. We all know what Jalen Brunson does in the playoffs. So I expect that. Should be fun to watch head-to-head for NBA fans out there. So my 3 keys to winning this series for the Knicks, if they're going to win. Okay, we're going to talk about it right now. And I think the number 3 key for me is pretty obvious, okay? Cat and Mitch must contain Embiid defensively and avoid his flop foul baiting. Listen, we all know what it is with Embiid, okay? The guy can't take a shower without getting hurt. We all know he's always hurt. But when he's on the court, he's a problem. He's a load to deal with, okay? So it doesn't help when the damn referees want to give him, flop foul baiting calls on top of that. Now, we all know the situation. Cat, as good as he is, he's got a good matchup. I don't think Embiid can guard him for the most part because he barely can move laterally with those bad knees. He even banged his knee up last night in that game. But he's got to stay controlled and stay out of the foul baiting. He's got to play under control, okay? Because we all know that's what Embiid tends to do. And Embiid can be a dirty player. Let's be honest. He's got a history. And we all know what he did to Mitch in that playoff series a couple of years ago, okay? He got Mitch injured while he was on the ground pulling his leg, and he had to miss the rest of the series because he couldn't handle the defense that Mitch was giving. So, listen, I think this is a key matchup here. If Cat and Mitch do what they do, okay, and stay out of the foul bait and stuff and stay healthy, knock on wood, I think the Knicks will be fine in this matchup, okay? Cat had a great series last series, finally got unlocked by Mike Brown and using him in different roles and some adjustments he did against the Hawks. But I think this is a series Cat is going to have to really play under control and also make Embiid work on the defensive end because he can do it. He's one of those bigs that will make Embiid struggle defensively on that end. So if we play under control and not get into the foul baiting, we'll be fine on that matchup as well. Number 2, Brunson has to take what the Sixers defense gives him. Take advantage of Embiid or Maxey on actions in the 2-man game. Now, that's what I think Brunson has really excelled when he's played the Sixers, okay? Whenever there is some actions where he gets the matchup he wants and B struggles to come out there, Maxey we all know Maxey's not great on defense as well. Brunson's not great on defense, so he's going to have to really make Maxey work on that end. If Brunson takes what the Sixers give him, because we all know what they want to do, it's what everyone wants to do. They want to put their big wings on him. We know they're going to send Oubre at him. Oubre was the guy that usually guards Brunson in last time we played him in the series, and usually when we played him in any regular season game. So I think there'll be some situations where, you know, we won that two-man game with either OG or Cat. We can get Embiid or Maxey in those situations. I think we're in good shape. Brunson will go to work and do what he do. Number one, my number one key to winning this series, OG, Hart, and Bridges must continue to play suffocating defense versus VJ, Maxey, and George and make the Sixers pay in transition. Yes, in transition. I think you can run on this Sixers team. Paul George, we all know, he's on the wash end of things. He's an older player. I think we got the matchup there. VJ is a guy I think is a sleeper in this series we got to take care of. He averaged, he had a really solid series against the Celtics. He had a 30-point, 10-rebound game in game one that they stole and really played well. He averaged 15 in that game. But however, he's inexperienced in the playoffs. He's inexperienced, okay? So I think this is a situation where we can take advantage of that with Hart guarding him, as Hart did a tremendous job defensively along with OG and the team with Bridges and the team in the last round. If they continue to play this kind of defense, the Knicks are going to be in good shape. They're going to be in real good shape to win this series and move on. So if we can get that continuity continuing, look out. So my series prediction is I got the Knicks in 6. I just think the Knicks are the overall better team. I do not think this is going to be an easy cakewalk series like it was with the Atlanta Hawks. There are some matchups that the Six can go to that can make the Knicks pay if they're not careful. But I do feel like the Knicks are just the better team. They have the home court advantage in this series. And I just think it's looking good for us if we play our game. If we handle the Sixers the way we usually do. I know they were 2-2 in the regular season. Both teams won on each other's home court. And the Sixers look like they are playing much better than they did at those games. But the Knicks look like they're peaking at the right time. Knicks in 6. That'll do it for the video. Knicks Nation, salute. Let me know what is your prediction of this series outcome starting tomorrow with game 1. And what do you see as the biggest key matchup in order for the Knicks to prevail and move on to the back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals? And don't forget to like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Let's go Knicks.